Good evening, everyone. So today I'm coming to you to talk a little bit about what we might be able to do to help get some kids on board educationally. I'm coming to you to talk to you a little bit about Teach for All. Teach for All is a network of independent nonprofit organizations. I've been doing research for the past couple of weeks, and it just seems like this is the best option for the area that we're in, considering we're kind of borderline poverty area, and I just think that this organization will help our children out tremendously. The purpose of Teach for All is to expand education in areas where there is a huge lack. As I stated, Teach for All just seems like the best fit for what we need. Our kids are suffering, so I feel like, Teach for All will help us get on board and get where we need to be. The organization recruits leaders, which allows children access to education regardless of what their background may look like. I feel like that's very important. I myself was a full-time substitute teacher for almost 2 years. So I got to experience firsthand, some of what children, what they experience on a day-to-day basis. I saw things that, it hurt my heart to the core. Myself as a parent, I have 3 children, one who has not quite reached the elementary age, but I have 2 children in elementary school as well. And it's sad because I'm not a certified teacher, but I experience teachers basically weed kids out, with different backgrounds, and it's sad. So Teach for All was founded in 2007 by Wendy Kopp and Brett Wigdorts. Teach for All is active in over 60 countries around the world. So to me, that says a lot. To me, that looks like an organization, as I stated, that could help put our kids where they need to be educationally. Like I said, we're pretty much, in this area, we're pretty much at a place where we are hiring teachers just to say we have teachers. And, I know that sounds bad, but it's the truth. We have teachers. Now, I'm not saying all teachers are bad, but we have teachers who could care less about these children's education. It's a job. And, like I said, I see, it varies, what these children experience, but it is sad. I can tell you that it is 100% sad. You might have a child who is trying, who is struggling, and I have seen situations where the teacher would rather help a child, would rather put forth the effort with a child that, didn't need effort at all. So as I stated, it's sad. We gotta do something to bring our kids up to where they need to be educationally. The focus of Teach for All is leadership development, education equity, and sustainable change. I personally feel that change is what we need, in this county. We gotta start with change, and that change looks like change in the classroom. That looks like change in the community. That also looks like educational leadership change. We got, like I said, I've saw things with teachers that upset me to my core. And me not being a certified teacher myself, it was very hard. So we got to start in the classroom. We got to get people on board who are willing to work with this organization to implement and put into practice what it's designed to do. We want to get people who are excited about children's future, because the children are our future. And if we're not giving them what they need educationally, then we're in trouble. I look forward to, I'm praying that I can get some people on board, people that are as excited as I am about this organization. I feel like it's a very good thing. I feel like it has so much potential, like I said, that change that we might need to get our kids to where we need to be. And I know it's not an overnight thing, but it is something that I feel like can definitely make a change for our children. I feel like this will bring some excitement for our kids. you know, see some new faces. You know, just people who are exciting about encouraging children to be excited about learning, if that makes sense. I hope that, you know, I get some people that are willing to donate funds, not just time, time definitely, but funds, you know, for materials that we might need, for, you know, whatever comes about. And that'll be some things that we, you know, we talk about in other meetings. I just pray that we're able to get on board with this thing, everybody get on one accord and be excited about our children learning, and every child, most importantly, have the same opportunity educationally, regardless of what their background looks like, regardless of how much money their parent might make, or, you know, regardless of all these different circumstances and situations. I pray that, you know, we are able to get these kids the help that they need so that they can all be on their level of learning, and they can all become to be excited about learning. And that's pretty much all I have. Again, I hope that each and every one of you who have attended this meeting today, and sat through, you know, this little course with us will think about, you know, helping in some kind of way. We'll have some handouts at the end of this session. It'll let you know how you can reach us, you know, if you're interested in devoting your time, you know, or whatever the case may be. We hope that we can get some people on board. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Please reach out. I'll be staying over to answer any questions you guys may have. We'll the pamphlet will tell everyone when the next meeting will be, and we'll go from there. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.